you know, I've been seeing this coming in other sector like SHA. So what are your words in counter?
Everything Wamunyoro has said, he said the economy will collapse. It has not collapsed. He said SHA was fake. Right now he's prophesizing doom. He talked about many other ills of government. To the contrary, they have prevailed. And he himself, in his own account, has listed the achievements of this government. Just that he adds a rider of hatred and malice. You know, he has made President William Ruto as his punching bag because of he's still trying to heal. Yeah, he's still trying to heal. You know, he never thought that this country has the audacity to take tribalists like him home. And I think this country also will now retire these people eventually in 2027. You know, one of the things that why some of these people are getting a little tired with Wamunyoro, these were aggressors for a very long time. Yeye na kina Uhuru, wajua alikuwa pia ya Uhuru. Na kabla hapo CV yake ilikuwa na wizi ya mahindi, ya relief food. That's the only CV he has. Then his brother died, and then he became a member of parliament. So that's a very short CV. But these are Uhuru today says he warned us as a country. Uhuru has been the biggest perpetrator of the position that this government has taken the country out of, the inflation, the debt situation. So when these are aggressors, these are people who victimized and perpetuated the kind of economic crimes we see in this country, the marginalization. So you must be very careful when you position the perpetrators as the victims. Wamunyoro is not a victim, he's a perpetrator. And all these things are wishful. So people have realized when you are angry, people always feed you with angry dogma. Ata where he is, across the country. Did you see Wamunyoro visiting these areas of the country? He just makes a few trips to Kisii because there's Matiangi there. He goes to Ukambani. Then he calls Mohamed Ali and they go somewhere in Mount Kenya. Mohamed Ali insults us in a language most people in Mombasa don't understand. And then they come back. It's just malice and hatred. People who walk together in hatred and in ethnicity. Watu wadua wanaogopa kusema hiyo. The only people who hang out with Wamunyoro are tribalists. They only run candidates. When you hear, you'll see now DCP will go to run a candidate in Olkalau, because he thinks they are Kikuyus to feed on. Wamunyoro will run a candidate, what is it called? This, it's called what? Watermelon. Only in Ukambani, because he has no other clout. But you see the way UDA runs a candidate anywhere. Hata kukitokea nafasi mwezini, tuko na mtu. Utakwenda tu. Because that's how a national party must operate. But these factional political parties, even if you look at the modus operandi of what some of the people who are looking the votes, their votes architecture. Some of the candidates here are constantly posting hatred. Oh, sijui sisi wabara tutapigiwa kura. Who has ever said anybody is restricted? People, they all read from the same script of hatred and malice. And I will not hesitate and cease from reminding Kenyans. But nyinyi watu ya UDA sasa, don't allow these people unabated monopoly in addressing these types of issues, because for a long time they have thought because nobody is responding to them they can get away with it. And then wajua, before Wamunyoro is allowed to bring this country down, that's why I'm telling the DCI, make good some of your statements. Arrest this gentleman. Sisi tuko tayari. Arrest him. Kwani atatufanya nini? Yes, iko watu yake kidogo fanatic watapiga kelele mahali hapa na pale. So what? If we continue to exercise restraint, they look at restraint as cowardice. So it is important for us now to demonstrate our sense of courage as a nation. So wewe ndugu yangu Amin, wale watu wako katika upelelezi, the IG Kanja, it's time to act on this gentleman before it's too late, because he has consistently tried to evoke emotions in this country to precipitate hatred and violence. Yes. Wewe uko huko ama huko? Oh, okay. Nilifikiria hata alikuwa anakuangalia ni aspirant ya wapi. GB. Yeah, okay.
Products.
Mm.
Now, what is the plans of the government, maybe to push on Kenyans and
Yeah, but you see, the G2G has continued to give us very steady prices. There's no reason for us to buy fuel at the G2G accepted prices without any potential disruption or within a fair price range, despite the crisis in the Middle East or the war, and then us increasing pump prices. But what this cargo had intended to do was to disrupt that. It was intended to renege on the commitments we have under the G2G, occasion a pullout, and occasion a profiteering. And this cargo that was brought in was far more expensive than the cargo under the G2G. It will have occasioned a 47 shillings to a 50 shillings price hike, or even 60 per litre. Do you know what would that have meant? Our prices of fuel have gone up by an average of about 25 to 30%. And that means, therefore, inflation across board. Your price, your Uber, matatus, energy costs, the cost of supply, the cost of production, everything will have gone up. So these private sector players and these public sector duty bearers acted in utter bad faith to sabotage this country economically and to occasion massive harm for players who have not declared upon us at the G2G that we have any challenges in delivering Kenya's demand on petroleum. And what if today even they recall the money is owed to them under the G2G arrangement? So this is just unpatriotic. Rather than Wamunyoro sometimes using his mind, which I think he doesn't exercise prudently, to look at these issues, he constantly is attacking people, attacking Gulf Energy. He knows how the Gulf Energy came into the G2G arrangement. He also tried to have his own company, which was denied because I think at that point he was still in government. He knows that Jack Chebet is not part of this whole ecosystem. But he continues to malice very genuine, hard-working business enterprises, hard-working government officials, the DCI. He tries to malice the president on a day-to-day basis so that he can create a basis or a platform for his politics. Politics has to be done with decorum. Politics, you know, they act, they go for every little thing. Mtu hajalipa deni, serikali. Standard hajalipa deni, serikali. Juzi pia mulisema ile tulisuspend ile onyo yenu kwa ajili serikali inajaribu kwa silence. So true. Lipa deni, lipa wafanyikazi. Hata wafanyikazi wanajua hawalipwi. Sio deni tu.
Another point on what is said about the storage, what the plans.
My name is Eric from Diaspora Authority. But in a scale of 1 to 7, where do you place?
Why 1 to 7?
I'm giving in a scale of 1 to 7. 7 being the highest. And we talked about Wamunyoro and Lily Moro. If these are countries that are dangerous to the society, why are they not being apprehended? Because these are people who are in the system.
You see, this is a democracy. That's why nothing that they say holds water anywhere. But you see, for a long time, even you have probably consumed this fake news, particularly